O Great Spirit, saints and sages of all times, of all places, O ye pathmakers of old, ancestors of our bloodlines and all of our adopted lineages, Namaste. O ye beings of the air, the earth, the fire, the water, the ether, Namaste. O ye powers that be, most beloved and precious Istadevata, in all of thy names and all of thy forms, Namaste. Sweep clear our path. Be with us. Bless us. May our communication be clear. May we hear that which we need to hear. May that which needs to be spoken be spoken. May our hearts open, that we might rejoice in the beauty of life. Om Saha Navavatu Sahanau Bunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvi Navadidam Astu Ma Vidishavahai. May there be peace and ease of communication between us. Om Gam Ganapataye Om Gum Gurupyo Namaha. Om Shri Lakshmiye Svaha. Om Shanti. Om Shri Ravi Vanamaha. Om Shri Sukra Vanamaha. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to our Sunday Sangha, to our meditation. Take a deep breath, a couple of deep breaths, and just relax, if you will. Once upon a yogi time, there lived a young girl, very young girl, and she lived in a village. And not too many people, not too few. Enough that everybody knew each other, and she could be safe walking and being in the village. And as she grew, everybody taught her. Mama taught her, Papa taught her, Grandma taught her, Grandpa taught her. All the people in the village were willing to help her to learn. She felt very important because they were kind to her. They always took time for her. They always listened to her. One day, Grandma says, "Come here, sweetling. I need to talk to you." So she went and climbed up on Grandma's lap and very happily to snuggle in. And Grandma said, no, today I need you to sit here and look at me. Let me hold your hand. They did. She said, now there's 3 things that you must learn. You've reached an age, you must learn these 3 things. What is this? I must be so special. You must learn about the cow, You must learn about the cat. And you must learn about the cobra. And the little girl says, Grandma, I know about the cow. We have cows all around us. Our friends have cows. We have cows. No, no, no. All right. I know about the cats. I see them all over. We have cats that live with us. And I know about the cobra. I'm supposed to stay away from it. Okay. My dear, you must learn about the cow, the cat, and the cobra. Now, go out and spend this next new moon cycle learning about the cow, the cat, and the cobra. I want you to talk to the cows. I want you to listen to the cows. I want you to watch what everybody does with the cows. I want you to talk to the cats, to listen to the cats, to see what everybody does in relationship to the cats. And I want you to very, very carefully look at the cobra. Watch the cobra. Listen to the cobra. And see how all of the wise ones treat the cobra. All right, Granny. I don't know why she gave me this assignment. I mean, I'm 7 years old. I know about the cow, the cat, and the cobra. What's wrong with her? But I better do what my grandma says. And off she goes. And she begins to watch the cows. And she sees how her next door neighbor every morning gets up and goes and greets his cow and says, "Oh, good morning, sweet gem." And he pets the cow on the cheek and rubs its head and rubs its beautiful brown ear, takes a brush and brushes his cow. "Good morning, sweet gem. Good morning. Good morning." And the cow stands up beautifully and nestles against him, leans her head against him, and moves, moo, moo, moo. And he puts his arm around her neck, and he finds sweet clover grass to give her. And sometimes, one day, a special day, he found clover and made a necklace of clover for his cow. And the little girl thought, she must be very important. He's paying a lot of attention to her. Look at that. He's brushing her. He's talking to her. He's listening to her. He's spending time with her. He's being kind to her. What's she doing for him? And she notices very, very carefully that a little bit later in the morning, her neighbor comes with a large bucket and sits down next to his beautiful gem cow as he continues to pet her and call her sweet things. And he gets milk. She gives him milk. She feeds him. She nourishes him. And he thanks her. And it seems to the little girl that every day that she watches this friend who has sweet gem cow gets sweeter milk and nicer milk and lovelier milk than anybody else. There must be something to it. She goes one day and says, "I don't want to be rude, but I've tasted your milk. And you have the sweetest milk of anybody. It's so lovely. I love it when your daughter shares her milk with me." What's the secret? Well, my dear, my sweet gem cow is very important. My sweet gem cow nourishes my family. My sweet gem cow feeds us. And so I feed my sweet gem cow all day long, all day long. I listen to her. I pay attention to her. I feed her. And so the little girl walks through the village and she sees everybody else with cows and she notices a difference. She notices a difference. Some people come in the morning and they say, "Hi cow, how's it going?" They sit down and they pump the milk out. And it's all right, they get milk. Some people give their cow some food and say, "Good morning cow, how are you? Good morning, nice to see you." And they might get a little bit better milk. And some people come in all grumpy and don't say a word. Don't acknowledge the cow, just sit down with the bucket and they try to get milk from the cow. Some days they're successful and some days no milk comes. And she begins to wonder, there must be something about this listening, about this expressing gratitude. I mean, he calls her sweet. He calls her sweet gem cow. He brushes her. He looks her in the eyes. He smiles at her. There must be something to this. She files it away. She knows she has to come back to see him because he has the best milk around. His daughter's her friend. And she's on the verge of something. So the cats come next. Well, there were cats all over the village. As it is in many villages, the cats were all over. They were sunning themselves. Oh, they were just luxuriating in the sun, curled up sleeping. Some of them were curled up on piles of stone. Some of them were sitting on the wood fences as they walked by. Some of them were all curled up beautifully in little blankets. And again, she goes around the village, comes back to her girlfriend's house. And there's the papa. And he's saying, "Oh, my beautiful cat. Oh, such a beauty you are. You're so soft. When I meditate in the morning, you bless me with your presence. I feel your meditative energies when you meditate with me. Thank you. Stay close to me. Bless my home, O you sacred spirit of the cats." And she sees that his cats look healthy. They look suspicious in a way. They look awfully spiritually suspicious. They spend all their time, it seems, to be meditating. They're always in the astral someplace. But they're friendly cats. They're warm cats. And if you but sit for a minute in his home and shut your eyes, the cats are right there helping you to meditate, to lift, to lift, to lift, to meditate. Well, she's walked around the village and all these other cats, some of them get fed, some of them don't, some of them have nice places to live, some of them don't, some of the people like them, some of the people take them for granted. But this place, he has the best milk and it looks like he has the best cats. The happiest cats. Something's going on here. So, she remembers she's supposed to learn about the cobra. Now, she doesn't know quite how to do this because There's a snake charmer in town, someone who's trained to deal with the cobras. And she doesn't really want to go near his house at all because she found out that he's captured the cobras that he's tamed, quote unquote, and taken their poison out. She doesn't know how she feels about that. And she walks around town and sees that every house has a cobra. Every single house has at least one cobra. And some houses have two cobras. What is she supposed to figure out of this? These creatures are dangerous. She knows that they have poison, that they are dangerous. So she decides, I'm going to go back to my friend's house, where the sweet kitten and the beautiful gem cow live. They're petted, they're cared for. I'm going to see what he does with his cobras. Does he have any? What does he do with them? Where are they? I mean, it seems like the cat's very important. It seems like the cow is very important. That cobra must be very important in his house. Good morning, sir. I've come to learn about your cobra. Where's your cobra? I would like to see you pet the cobra. Pardon me? Well, you call the cow, the sweet gem cow, and you pet it, and you stroke it, and you rub its cheek. And I've seen you take care of the kitty cat, and you pet it, and you love it, and you feed it, and you hold it. Where's your cobra? I want to see you pet your cobra. I want to see how you handle your cobra, how to behave around the cobra. Oh. Oh. It's a cobra, my dear. Come in the meditation room. There in the meditation room, in the corner, is the cobra. Namaste, Master Naga. Namaste. Namaste, Master Naga. Namaste. She breaks forth. She wasn't very good at keeping the silence. I don't understand. I don't understand. Aren't you supposed to pet it? Aren't you supposed to let it sit on your lap? Aren't you supposed to love it? Oh, I love it. It is a cobra. This being is the king of the cobras. This being is the symbol, the greatest symbol of spiritual unfoldment and spiritual enlightenment. This being sits at the base of the spine, my dear. And when it raises its head in the balanced spot, it will kiss the sun center and pour forth its blessings upon me and upon you. But, my dear, you may not pet that cobra. I don't understand how it works. I don't understand how it works. And she walks away a little bit irritated, thinking she understood. right? Thinking she understood, like little children do, right? And so she goes home to Grandma and she says, well, I've got it, you know, bring it on, Granny. I mean, I've got it. I know the cow, the cat, and the cobra. I've studied, I've got it. And so, you know, Granny brings the cows in and she pets the cows and she talks to the cows and she loves on the cows and they love her. And milk comes sweet from the cows in their home. Granny brings in the cats and little girl pets the cats and she loves on the cats and they love on her and they help her meditate. Granny says, well, you ready for the cobra? Oh, yes, I'm ready for the cobra. And all of a sudden, yeah, you know, you can see she got careless. She thought, well, I know how to do the cows. I know how to do the cats. I understand this cobra. And all of a sudden, she couldn't see. Her eyes were veiled. She couldn't see. She lost her self-awareness. And Granny takes her to the room with the cobra. And the cobra begins to unwind. And as the cobra begins to unwind, the little girl feels the currents at the base of her spine begin to tingle. She thinks, I'm going to be enlightened, I'm going to be enlightened. I did it, I passed my test. She was overly enthusiastic and she was only 7. Got to give her a break. But all of a sudden she hears the cobra talking to her, saying, you got to pet me. I'm only going to love you if you pet me. I'm only going to love you if you feed me. I'm only going to love you if you let me join you with Granny and the cow and the cat. And the little girl says, well, they told me that if you sat on my lap, if I came too close to you, you'd bite me, you'd sting me. Oh no! Can't you feel me on your spine, dancing up your spine? Can't you feel me? I'm moving up your spine. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. You know the story. Instead of staying balanced in her meditation, instead of staying centered and listening quietly, for there was in the quiet the Mahanaga saying, oh, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. She allowed her enthusiasm and her ego to get the better of her. And she moved. And when she moved, the Naga transformed itself into a cobra and bit her right at the solar plexus, right on the Mars chakra. And she started screaming and hollering and Granny, 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 the cobra bit me, I'm gonna die, help me, help me, help me. The cobra laughs. The little girl's saying, what did you do to me? Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to me? The cobra says, I told you. I told you. I'm a cobra. But you didn't believe me. You didn't know to treat me differently. I'm not a cow. I'm not a cat. I'm a cobra. And with that, the Naga coiled up again at the base of her spine, withdrew itself from the Sushumanic channel where it had begun to ascend, and coiled itself then again at the base until she could learn until she could understand. What happened? What happened? Her mind, the emotions of her mind took over. The emotions of her mind could not stay quiet. The emotions of her mind thought that everything was to be treated the same. She saw the cat being pet and fed milk and cuddled. She saw the cow being loved and stroked and groomed and pet and hugged and giving milk. And she believed. Because she saw these two things, she thought, the cobra may be treated the same way. This was kind to me, this was kind to me. All will be kind to me. The ego got in the way. She was not able to see at all. She was blinded, if you will, by the veil. I can still see through this very, very differently, very difficult, and blue is all I see. She was blinded by the veil of her ego, the veil of her ideas about the world in which she lived, the veil about what was important and how she was important in life. My guru used to say oftentimes that people strive to feel important. It is not important to feel it important. It is important to become important. To become important is to become a part of the solution of life. To become part of life's blessings. To become willing to help others, not as you want to, not interfering in their lives, not as you think they need help, but as they need help. To be able to sit back and say, yes, well, here, this cow needs to be pet, groomed, talked to. This cat needs silence and maybe cuddling. And this cobra needs meditation, respect, deep respect and meditation. But don't stick your hand in there. Do not become imbalanced. Do not let the mind chase hither and yon, or the cobra will raise its head and bite you. Happens every day. To you, to me, to all of us. At some point in the day, the cobra raises its head. It says, good morning. And it's the emotions of the mind fluctuating here and there and here and there and here and there. So that we are no longer raising the Kriya currents and circulating the Kriya currents through our spine. We are no longer softening our karma, but we are dancing to the karmic winds and singing and dancing with the emotionality, uncontrolled, simply riding the waves of the karma without consciousness. Oh, we all have to ride the waves of the karma. We're all one with the laws of karma. But it's wise. Pay attention to your dreams. It's wise to look at the symbols that are flowing into your life. It's wise to stop, to reflect, to contemplate to call upon the divine ones for help, so that you may act with ever greater wisdom, that you may act with ever greater wisdom, that you may act with ever greater wisdom, compassion, wisdom and compassion. And now there's always been this question in my mind of what my Guru said, what he meant when he said that people want to feel important, but they need to be important, not feel important. And the idea of feeling important has associated with it the idea that to be important, somebody else has to say, oh yeah, they're a very important person. They did X, Y, and Z. That's a very important person. But to be important comes from within. To be important is to recognize. Stop for a minute and recognize what an enormous blessing this human incarnation is. You have worked so hard. You and I have worked so hard, so many, many, many lifetimes for this incarnation, to learn in this beautiful place of Mother Gaia, to learn the nature of life upon Gaia, upon the earth plane, to learn the laws of karma, to learn how to soften the laws of karma, to learn and understand the 12 states of consciousness, to learn and understand how to live within these vehicles. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but this is a very clumsy form. I was not born with a beautiful set of wings. You know, I was not born with a grand wingspan of an eagle. I don't have the beautiful multicolors of a parrot or a bluebird. Oh, a bluebird. No, you know, or the grace of the lion, or the memory of the elephant. It's a human form. And so we are here to learn to experience life in this form and to reveal to ourselves, how can we become a part of the solution of life? And so the goal is get rid of the confused language. Get rid of the confusing language. Get rid of all of the messages. Let go of all of the messages that you're hearing from all over. All of the myths of your childhood, if you will. Language is very mysterious. It is the means through which we solidify a concept, a symbol language. We solidify it into sound, into vak. And the manifestation of every plane of consciousness comes first through these images and then through vak. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was Om. But what has happened? There has become a distortion, a contamination, if you will, of these beautiful concepts, a contamination of the idea that your life is important. Now, I am not speaking, and it's very, very important that you hear this, I am not saying I, me, mine, mine is more important. That's not what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying that the culture in one country where the family is more important, that's better than the culture where the individual is more important. This is not what I'm speaking of. So take all of those thoughts and put them aside. What I am trying to express to you is not Fulfilling your life dreams is what's more important over and above everything else. You know, making money, being better than everybody else, getting more awards than everybody else, getting accolades. That's not what it means to be important. It means to stop. Say, wow, look at this. Not only did I incarnate on the earth, but I found at least one system to study that can help me, give me shortcuts to enlightenment, to understanding the nature of life. That's what Kriya Yoga is about. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut to, as any mystical path is, it's a shortcut to the evolution of your consciousness. Now let me try. The problem is, my beloved, this. Somewhere along your journey, you picked up the idea that the life of others is more important than your life. The life of your children. How many people put aside their spiritual practices, their hopes, their dreams, to pay attention to their children's lives? Now, if you have the karma of having children, that is a great, great karma. It's a deep, deep spiritual blessing and a deep responsibility to undertake. But the lives of your children and your responsibility to them should integrate with your life. You should not say they are more important than I am. I know it goes back to that old story, and maybe this will help. There once was a man. Once was a man who had a wife. There once was a man who had a wife, and they lived in the mountains. There once was a man who had a wife, they lived in the mountains, and she became ill. There once was a man who had a wife, they lived in the mountains, she became ill and could no longer walk. There once was a man who lived in the mountains who had a wife who became ill, who could no longer walk, and every day he went to the village and sold the wood. There once was a man who had a wife who lived in the mountains, she became ill, she could no longer walk. He went to the village every day, he sold his wood for a piece of bread. There once was a man who lived in the mountains, who had a wife, who became very ill, who could no longer walk. He went to the village, he sold his wood, he got a piece of bread, and he gave it to his wife. There once was a man who lived in the mountains, who had a wife, who became very ill, who could no longer walk. You must feed yourself. You must recognize that you and you alone are the one who can soften your karma. You and you alone are the one who can make your life better, improve your life. You and you alone must turn to the divine, must turn to life for help, and thus become an even greater help. When you are in need, ask for help. It's not easy, I've learned, but I'll tell you, if you ask, people will help you. Life will help you. You take it into your dream states. Send me the right person. You're in need at the time, and you take it and ask, please send me help. And don't push it away when it comes. Accept it. You may not like the way, the form that it comes, but take it and accept it, and it will be a blessing unto you. You must feed yourself. If you spend all of your time feeding others so that they will give you accolades, so that they will praise you, so that they will say that you are worthy, it doesn't make you important. It feeds the ego, is what it does. It feeds the ego. There once was a man who was president of a company. Everybody looked to him for what to do. They listened, they hung on his words. There once was a man who was president of a company, and one day he resigned. There once was a man who was president of a company. One day he resigned, and the next day he was in line at the grocery store, reading the headlines of the National Enquirer. He said it was quite a change. It does relate, I promise you. Meditate, meditate, meditate. And so we will move into our meditation this morning, but capture the essence, please, of what I tried to share with you this morning. Your life has cows, situations that should be fed, people that should be fed, nourished, praised, groomed. Your life has situations, people, events, things that are a comfort to you, that support your meditation, that help you, that elevate you, that lift you. And in your life there exists great power to unfold spiritually, to meditate, to unfold spiritually. The teeth of the cat that killed the rat are the same teeth that carry the kitten. The Kriya currents that ascend up your spine, through the sesamotic channel and down your spine, up and down the spine, that lead to enlightenment. It's the same Kriya currents that can be diverged to the right, diverged to the left, diverge off to emotionality, diverge off to anger, to fear, to hatred, to illusion. Let the energy, there's nothing wrong with the energy. It's all the same. You can name it, subcategorize it however you want. It's all the same. Balance it, balance it, balance it. Namaste, Ji. You are important. You are important. Know that. Know that you are important to your own enlightenment. Become a part of the solution of life. Become a part of the solution of life. Help as life needs help. That means be kind. Smile, be kind, be gentle. Say a prayer, offer a petition for some goodness. Become a part of the solution. Namaste, Ji. Let us meditate. Sit with your spine erect and your hands in the Om Mudra. And turn your head to the left with a double exhalation. Bring the head back to the center. And begin to watch the breath. Use the sipping breath, inhaling as if through a straw. Pull the energy from the limbs to the trunk. From the trunk to the spinal column. From the base of the spine to the sun center. Move that energy as a golden ball of light out in front of you. Expand it. Sweep around to the left and encase your entire being in golden light. Do this 3 times. And now ascend. Ascend upward. Ascend to the highest place. Above the building. Above the continent. Above the earth plane. Ascend. Finding yourself in the high place of meditation, begin to watch your breath. Inhaling and exhaling 3 times. And now let us ascend to the shrine of healing, seeing the path in front of you. Enter the forest. The light dappling upon the trees, the birds singing, the flowers covering the forest floor. Ascend. The path opens to a meadow, teeming with flowers, crystal gems of all kinds, birds, song, walk through the meadow. Ascend. The path re-enters a forest, all of pines and evergreens. You are higher now. Smell the wood. blessing you. A light shines brightly in front of you. A clearing opens. Brilliant light. A shrine for you. Stop at the entrance to the shrine and breathe in the beauty. Feel the invitation to enter. Entering the shrine. Brilliant light at the back of the shrine. Walk towards the pool of light. Enter into the pool. It is fed by a waterfall. Feel your clothing dissolve as you walk through the pool to the waterfall. All of the old dissolve away. Stand under the waterfall of light. Feel the light pouring down upon you, upon your crown center. Ananda. 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 Washing loose the karmas of the past, freeing the karmas of the past. Let go of all of the difficult karmas and feel the emptiness fill with Ananda, with light. Breathe in the light. Let every cell of your being fill with the light. Walk forth from the waterfall. As you walk through the pool of light, feel yourself clothed anew, vivified, strengthened, healed, fresh. As you walk forth from the cave, you see your Ishtadevata, your chosen form of the divine. Return with your Ishta to the high place of meditation. Sitting in a circle with the meditators, see the golden light of Kriya, the golden light of the Om in the center of your circle. My Ishta and I and my Ishta bow to you and your Ishta and you. O ye powers that be, join with us as we send forth our meditative prayers, as we send forth our blessings, as we send forth our darshan, our yoga siddhi, to be of blessing to life. O ye powers that be, join forth with us at this moment as chanting the Om Shanti mantra. We send forth the light to Mother Gaia, that the golden light pour forth upon her, that she be healed as she needs in all corners of her being. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Om Shanti, 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. In your mind's eye, bring forth someone whom you are very close to, who has been of great help to you in your life. And using the Om Shanti mantra, send forth your blessings to them. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. In your mind's eye, bring forth the image of your family members who have been a blessing to you, those near and those far. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring forth the image of all of those who have befriended you, who have been kind to you in your life. You may not remember their names, but remember their goodness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now bring forth the images of all of those in your universe, all of those who need blessings, excluding none. O ye powers that be, let us at this moment send forth the blessings to all upon Mother Gaia, that the hardened hearts be softened, that the karma be softened, that all of the fear be dissolved away and transformed into Anandic bliss, into compassion, into wisdom, into understanding. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now bring forth to your mind's eye the image of someone whom your personality does not care for. Bow to them mentally, and let us send forth the Shantis so that each segment of your being will be blessed. For as I bless them, as you bless them, we are more so blessed, for we are in the center of our blessings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now, my beloved, look in the face of your Ishtadevata, your beloved form of the divine. Let the divine gaze upon you as a mirror. May you gaze upon the divine as a mirror. May you see in front of you the sacred mirror of life, the beauty that thou art. As we send the Om Shanti mantra and feel the Anandic bliss radiating towards every cell of your being. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhyana Mulam Guru Murtir, Puja Mulam Guru Padam, Mantra Mulam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Mulam Guru Kripa. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Holding on to the sweetness, the peace, the Anandic bliss. Carry it with you this week. Carry it with you in these next breaths. Return to this sweetness again and again and again. Know that you are a blessing unto life. Study, learn to become an ever greater blessing unto all of those who enter your aura. Namaste. Namaskar. Thank you for the blessing of your presence. Thank you for the blessing of your Yoga City, for your joining together in this meditation. Namaste Ji. It truly is a great blessing to share this time with you. Shanti.